All right, so one of my hobbies that I like to do a lot, that I do, I think mostly twice a week. Well, the Mondays and Tuesdays, the Tuesdays night one games that I do every other week because we record the That's On Point podcast, the other podcast that I have with my co-host Kenny Santos. Yeah, I do that on Tuesdays. But I do tabletop gaming with my friends. Right now on Mondays, me, my brother, and my two of my friends, we play GURPS, which is like a D&D Dungeons and Dragons dice type game, and we're doing a Star Wars theme one, but the theme of the game really doesn't matter. But this is what I do for a hobby, and it serves a purpose. Like if you're an actor or if you like acting, I suggest you do D&D because you have to role play characters and you can get into it. Like if you watch Critical Role, you'll know what I'm talking about. You can use that to like brush up on your craft. So not only can you have a hobby that allows you to hang out with your friends and socialize, but it also serves a purpose of strengthening your craft, and it'll help you keep from wasting time. Like I said, well-rounded people. Um, but I mean, it doesn't have to be D&D tabletop. I like playing like games like Cards Against Humanity and Cyanide and Happiness and stuff too. I really just like hanging out with my friends and such. And if you're afraid of COVID and you don't think you could do these D&D type games or whatever, you could do it on Roll20. There are online versions of card games that you can play via like FaceTime type stuff. That we really need to start connecting with each other again because these lockdowns have ruined that connection, and we kind of need that to be well-rounded spiritual human beings. It's like, there's studies going there like you get crazy when you're alone for a while. You go insane. It's like, especially if you don't have a lot of hobbies to take up your mind. Which is hobbies are important. Hobbies are important for a lot of things, like not just like other things. Uh, the hobbies they keep your hands from being idle. They keep your mind from wandering. The hobbies are an extremely important part of anybody's life. So like, don't be like me when you're growing up and all you really do is get drunk and high and party. I learned the hard way that that's not a you're not gonna have much in life. You wake up one day and not have much in life, and you're gonna want more, and it's you're gonna have to like catch up, play catch up, and that's not what you want to do. But like, even if you're not an actor, D&D helps, like, because like you might have to in the coming war or whatever, if you're like pretending, you might have to pretend to be somebody, or like, because it's going to be a lot of guerrilla war tactics and this cultural war slash revolution thing that's happening, and you might have to pretend to be somebody. You might have to learn how to lie and actually like be believable, and so learning how to like act out different people, and like how different, like, to play different traits like unlucky or absent-minded or bad temper and stuff. It's gonna come in handy. I mean, it's sad to say, but like a lot of this stuff plays into each other. They tell you that you're never gonna use math or science or whatever, but you use it a hell of a lot more than you think. It's just like they don't really like tell you to do it. You're playing pool, you're using math and geometry. You're using geometry. You don't process that when you learn. Like some people do. They process the geometry completely, but some people just learn pool and like. But you are using geometry when you learn pool, whether you're doing the advanced calculations or not. Um, so like pool is another hobby that'll help with math. If you're interested in math, learn pool. It's a hobby you can do that takes up some of your free time so you don't go stir crazy, that will help you with your pursuit in mathematical prowess. So that you can be smart with your time, because that's another importance of not only just a hobby's importance, but being smart with how you use them. Like exercise, you want to like have a hobby and you want to learn how to defend yourself. Put them both together. Martial arts. Defending yourself doesn't always have to be weaponry. Martial arts is good for like exercise and learning how to defend yourself. Boom, boom. Two one school. And now you can do two things at one time, and you're not wasting time, because everybody has the same 24-hour time in a day, but not everybody does the same in the day. Like even I procrastinate my time, and that's one of the biggest issues we have today. Like procrastination. People could be a lot more successful than they are if they just knuckle down bear down and gritted through it. And so, like, hobbies could do anything. Like a hobby in a sport, if you're really good at it, can actually wind up in being a job in professional sports. Like hobbies can become jobs. Even gaming, a hobby, video gaming. There are professional video gamings out there, YouTube channels, streaming, video game competitions. There are many ways to make money playing video games. You can turn that hobby into a career if you really wanted to. If you really sat down, you did the research, you put in the work, you put in the effort, you improved yourself, you weren't afraid to fail. You could turn almost anything into a job. Uh, yeah, it's just you really can. That you can turn almost like you can use your time. You can use your hobbies to manage your time wisely and actually knock out more than you can having hobbies, learning new things, improving yourself. You can knock out more than one thing, like two birds with one stone, and you can manage your time better. Um, 'Cause that's the hobbies are important. I keep saying that, and I'm gonna keep stressing it. I didn't realize that. Now I'm like retired, and all I really did be when I was in this party until like and now I gotta like okay, what do I do? I gotta learn things. All right, well I never did D&D because I thought that was for nerds. So now I'm gonna D&D with some of my friends, and I actually enjoy it. And I was like, where was this all my life? I should have been doing like I should have said yes back then because I would have enjoyed it back then too. And um, but you see what I'm saying? Like we got to make better decisions in our life. We got to manage our time wisely, and we got to have more hobbies. We have to have more things that we enjoy doing that are not necessarily careers or whatnot, but are not necessarily not careers. It all depends, like case by case basis. But we have to become more well rounded people to be better versions of us. Because if we're better versions of us, we can share what we learn with other people and we can help build that culture I was talking about the other day, and everybody can become better human beings. That was the Star Trek future that I not the socialist stuff that can't really happen without the advanced space technology that may or may not be able to be possible. It was the fact that humanity had moved past a point of petty bullshit into a point where humanity's sole goal was to improve oneself and one's community. That's what I want to get to. That's where I want to be. In a place where everybody does their own thing, but they work towards one's unifying goal, making themselves better, making their community better, and making